Remember the magic of Christmas past, before online shopping carts and express shipping. Christmas shopping was an event, a grand adventure that took you to the heart of the city. Today, we're taking a trip back in time to the bustling downtown streets of the 1950s during Christmas time. So grab a cup of hot cocoa and let's step into a world of wonder. In the 1950s, downtown wasn't just a place to shop, it was the epicenter of Christmas spirit. As soon as you stepped off the bus or out of the family car, you were immersed in a symphony of sights and sounds. The crisp winter air carried the chime of Salvation Army bells, and the cheerful melodies of Christmas carols piped through speakers mounted on lampposts. Every building, every street corner, was decked out in its holiday best. Wreaths with big red bows adorned the street lights, and shimmering tinsel garlands crisscrossed high above the traffic. The energy was electric, a shared excitement that buzzed through the bundled-up crowds. The real stars of the show, however, were the department stores, giants like Macy's, Marshall Field's, Hudson's, or your own local favorite, transformed into multi-story palaces of Yuletide dreams. Their exteriors were draped in thousands of twinkling lights, creating a breathtaking spectacle against the early evening sky. But the true magic began at street level, with the window displays. These weren't just a few mannequins in festive attire. They were elaborate, animated scenes that told a story. One window might feature a bustling workshop full of animatronic elves, hammering and painting toys. The next could be a whimsical winter wonderland with ice-skating penguins and dancing snowmen, all moving with enchanting, clockwork precision. Crowds would gather, noses pressed against the cold glass, children pointing in awe and adults lost in the artistry of it all. These windows were a gift to the city, a free show that captured the imagination of everyone who passed by. Pushing through the heavy revolving doors was like entering another world. The warm air inside was thick with the scent of roasted nuts, fresh pine, and maybe a hint of ladies' perfume. The noise was a happy chaos, the din of thousands of conversations, the ringing of cash registers, and often, the sound of live music. A small orchestra or a choir might be performing on a mezzanine, their classic carols echoing through the grand, open atrium. The decorations were even more spectacular inside. Towering Christmas trees, glittering with countless ornaments and lights, often soared up several floors. Garlands and ribbons cascaded down from balconies, and every counter and pillar was wrapped in festive splendor. It was a complete sensory immersion in Christmas. A trip downtown for Christmas shopping was a special occasion, and families dressed for it. This wasn't a quick errand in sweatpants. Men wore hats, overcoats, and shined shoes. Women wore their best coats, often with a fur collar, along with hats, gloves, and stockings. Children were bundled up in smart wool coats, mittens on a string threaded through their sleeves, their faces bright with anticipation. This was an outing, a cherished family tradition that was just as important as the presents themselves. Shopping itself was a methodical process. There was no single add-to-cart button here. Families would arrive with a carefully prepared list, often penned by mom. The day was spent navigating the store, department by department. You'd head to the toy department first, a paradise of dolls, model trains, erector sets, and board games stacked high. It was a wonderland for children, but also a test of their patience, as they were often reminded that Santa was watching. Then, it was on to housewares for a new percolator for Grandma, the men's department for a tie and handkerchief set for Dad, and the cosmetics counter for a bottle of Evening in Paris perfume for an aunt. Each purchase was handled by a dedicated sales clerk who would fetch the item, ring it up on a mechanical cash register, and often wrap it for you. And no Christmas shopping trip was complete without the main event, a visit to Santa Claus. He wasn't tucked away in a small corner. Santa held court in a grand setting, often called something like Toyland or Santa's Village. He sat upon an ornate throne, surrounded by elves and elaborate decorations. The line to see him would snake through the department, filled with fidgeting, excited children, each one rehearsing what they would ask for. When your turn finally came, you'd climb onto his lap, the velvet of his suit soft and his beard tickling your cheek. You'd whisper your heart's desire into his ear, and he'd listen with a twinkle in his eye, assuring you that you'd been a good child and handing you a small treat, like a candy cane, to seal the deal. For a child in the 1950s, this moment was pure, unadulterated magic. It was proof that Santa was real. After a long day, perhaps capped off with a meal at the department store's restaurant or a hot dog from a street vendor, it was time to head home. The trip back was a quiet one, filled with a satisfied exhaustion. Your arms would be full, laden not with plastic bags, but with boxes and parcels wrapped in simple brown paper and tied up neatly with string. Some stores had their own signature gift wrap, but the humble brown paper package was a common sight. These packages weren't just merchandise. They were treasures, the tangible results of a day spent in a Christmas wonderland. As you rode home, watching the city lights fade into the distance, you carried with you more than just gifts. You carried the warmth of the day, the sounds of the carols, the image of the sparkling window displays, and the memory of a promise whispered in Santa's ear. That was the essence of Christmas shopping in the 1950s, an experience that was truly a gift in itself. Thank you for joining me on this journey back in time. If you enjoyed this glimpse into the past, please give this video a like and consider subscribing for more stories. What are your favorite Christmas shopping memories? Let us know in the comments below. See you next time.